Key West, Florida, a place known for its sunshine and beaches, but beneath the surface a darkness lurks, a haunting tale. It whispers of a malevolent presence, a presence that takes the form of a child's toy. This is no ordinary plaything, this is Robert the doll. His existence is steeped in fear and dread. He is widely regarded as the most haunted doll in the world. His legend draws visitors from far and wide. They come seeking a glimpse into the supernatural. Some are skeptics, others are believers, but all are captivated by the chilling story of Robert. His glassy eyes seem to follow your every move. A sinister grin appears to play on his lips. Is it your imagination, or is there something truly evil lurking within this seemingly innocent doll? Robert's story began over a century ago. It was a time of innocence, or so it seemed. The year was 1906. A young boy named Robert Eugene Otto received a peculiar gift. The gift was a handmade doll. It was given to him by a servant of the Otto family. The servant, a woman from the Bahamas, was said to be skilled in the art of voodoo. Some whisper that she imbued the doll with dark magic. The doll, fashioned in a sailor suit, was immediately embraced by young Robert. He named it Robert after himself. It quickly became his constant companion. They were inseparable. Wherever Robert went, the doll went too, but their bond was far from ordinary. It was strangely intense. Robert would talk to the doll. He confided in it. He treated it not as a toy, but as a living, breathing friend. And then things took a sinister turn. The Otto family lived in a grand house on Eaton Street. Their home was a place of elegance, but it harbored a secret. A darkness lingered within its walls. It came in the form of a doll. The doll was a gift from a servant, a Bahamian woman employed by the Ottos. Her legacy lives on in the tale of Robert the doll. The circumstances are shrouded in mystery. Some say the servant gifted the doll out of kindness. Others whisper a more sinister motive, that she used voodoo to curse the doll. It unleashed a force of darkness, a force that would haunt the Otto family for generations. Voodoo, a religion shrouded in mystery and fear. Its origins lie in Africa. It traveled across the Atlantic with the slave trade. It took root in the Caribbean, in places like Haiti and the Bahamas. Voodoo is a complex belief system. It combines elements of African traditions with Catholic saints and rituals. At its heart is a belief in spirits, spirits that can be called upon for help or harm. Voodoo practitioners are said to possess knowledge of herbs, potions, and spells. They can use this knowledge for healing or for cursing. The Bahamian servant who gifted Robert the doll was rumored to be a practitioner of voodoo. Some believe she imbued the doll with a spirit, a malevolent entity trapped within its straw and cloth form. Others claim the doll itself became a vessel for negative energy, a conduit for dark forces. Robert Eugene Otto, known affectionately as Gene, was a lonely child. He longed for companionship, for someone to share his secrets with, someone who would never leave his side. And then came Robert. The doll, with its piercing blue eyes and mischievous grin, quickly became Gene's confidant, his constant companion. Gene would spend hours talking to Robert, sharing his hopes, his dreams, his fears. He treated Robert not as a toy, but as a living, breathing friend. At first, there was nothing unusual about their bond. It was simply a boy and his beloved doll. But as time went on, strange things began to happen, things that couldn't be explained. Gene's attachment to Robert grew stronger. He insisted on taking the doll everywhere, to meals, to bed, even on family outings. The doll became a fixture in the Otto household, an unsettling presence that made servants uneasy. They whispered amongst themselves about strange noises, giggles coming from Gene's room late at night, the sound of footsteps when no one else was around. Some claimed to have seen the doll move on its own, its head turning, its eyes following them as they moved about the house. The Ottos dismissed these accounts as mere superstition, the ramblings of frightened servants. But deep down, a seed of doubt began to grow. Was there something truly strange about this doll? Something sinister lurking beneath its innocent exterior? The strange occurrences in the Otto household escalated. What began as whispers and giggles in the night took on a more menacing tone. Servants reported objects moving mysteriously, furniture overturned, toys scattered across the floor. Jean's parents, initially dismissive, began to worry. They would hear their son talking in his room, conversing in hushed tones. But when they checked on him, he would be alone. Robert propped up on the bed, staring blankly ahead. Jean would often be found in a state of distress, claiming that Robert had been playing pranks. His parents, torn between concern for their son and disbelief, tried to rationalize the events. Perhaps Jean had an overactive imagination. Maybe he was sleepwalking, but deep down, a chill ran down their spines. Could the servants' tales be true? Was Robert more than just a doll? As time went on, Robert's purported mischief grew bolder. Neighbors claimed to see the doll in the windows of the Otto house, staring out at them with an eerie intensity. Some even reported seeing him move from room to room, his small legs carrying him across the floor with an unnatural swiftness. Jean's room became a place of dread for the servants. They avoided it at all costs. Those who dared to enter spoke of a palpable chill in the air, a sense of being watched. Some claimed to hear Robert's voice, a high-pitched, menacing giggle that sent shivers down their spines. The Ottos, once a respected family in Key West, became the subject of rumors. Whispers of curses and haunted dolls spread through the community like wildfire. The once happy Otto household was now held captive to an atmosphere of fear. The laughter of children was replaced with hushed whispers and worried glances. Jean's parents, at their wits' end, tried to remove Robert from their son's possession. Jean would become inconsolable, lashing out in anger and despair. The Ottos, caught between their love for their son and the growing fear, found themselves trapped in a nightmare. The unsettling tales of Robert the doll spread beyond the Otto household. Neighbors began to avoid the Otto family. Children were forbidden from playing near the house. Whispers of curses and voodoo followed the family. The once vibrant street became shrouded in silence. People would hurry past the house, their gazes averted. Robert the doll had become more than just a child's toy. The community was now bound by a shared terror. The years rolled by. Robert Eugene Otto, once a vibrant child full of life, grew old. But Robert the doll, the harbinger of his childhood fears, remained unchanged. He was a constant presence in Jean's life, a silent observer to the passage of time. Jean married late in life. His wife Anne tried to coexist with Robert, to see him through the eyes of her husband, as a cherished companion rather than a source of terror. But even she could not deny the unsettling aura that surrounded the doll. The feeling of being watched, the sense that Robert was always listening. Jean's death in 1974 brought an end to his tumultuous relationship with the doll. But Robert's reign of terror was far from over. He was destined to continue his dark legacy, haunting the lives of those who dared to cross his path. After Jean's death, the Otto house was sold. Robert the doll was packed away amongst other belongings, seemingly forgotten. But his slumber was short-lived. The house's new owners quickly discovered that their purchase came with an unwelcome guest. The family reported strange occurrences, objects moving on their own, eerie laughter echoing through the empty halls. Their young daughter claimed that the doll would come alive at night, threatening her from the corner of her room. Terrified, the family contacted the local historical society. They had heard the tales of Robert the doll. They knew that he needed to be contained. Robert was donated to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, a fitting home for the infamous doll. The museum, housed in a Civil War-era fort, was already known for its collection of artifacts and tales of the paranormal. Robert, with his sinister reputation, was a chilling addition to the museum's repertoire. Robert the doll, now safely ensconced behind glass in the Fort East Martello Museum, remains a popular attraction. Visitors from around the world flock to catch a glimpse of the infamous doll, to test the legends for themselves. But Robert's reign of terror continues. Museum staff and visitors alike report strange occurrences, cameras malfunctioning in Robert's presence, sudden chills and feelings of unease. Some even claim to have seen the doll move, his head turning slightly, his eyes following them as they move around the exhibit. The museum has established strict rules for interacting with Robert. Visitors are forbidden from touching the doll or taking photos without his permission. A sign posted near his case warns of the consequences of disrespect. Misfortune, accidents, even death are said to befall those who mock or belittle Robert the doll. The museum's guestbook is filled with tales of woe from those who believe they have incurred Robert's wrath. Stories of sudden illnesses, freak accidents, and inexplicable misfortunes plague those who dared to disrespect the doll. The museum staff also receives a steady stream of letters addressed to Robert himself. These letters, often handwritten and filled with remorse, are a testament to the enduring power of Robert's legend. They come from all over the world, from those who have visited the museum, from those who have only heard tales of the haunted doll. They are letters of apology, pleas for forgiveness, people writing to Robert, begging him to lift his curse, to spare them from further misfortune. They offer gifts, they make promises of good behavior, anything to appease the wrath of the doll they believe has the power to control their fate. The tale of Robert the doll is not for the faint of heart. It is a story whispered in hushed tones, a chilling reminder that some things are best left undisturbed. If you find yourself drawn to Key West by curiosity, by a desire to glimpse the macabre, heed this warning. Robert is no mere museum exhibit. He is not a novelty to be photographed or mocked. He is a vessel of unknown power, a conduit to a realm beyond our understanding. Treat him with respect, address him politely, ask his permission before taking his picture. These are not mere superstitions, they are precautions, safeguards against the unseen forces that surround him. To disregard these warnings is to invite misfortune into your life. Robert's wrath is subtle, insidious. It creeps into your life like a creeping vine, slowly suffocating your joy and good fortune. Countless tales are told of those who scoffed at Robert's power, who treated him with disdain. They laughed in his presence. They snapped pictures without a second thought. They left the museum feeling smug, convinced it was all a hoax. But their laughter was short-lived, their arrogance swiftly punished. Some were plagued by accidents, cars crashing, bones breaking, unexplained illnesses. Others suffered financial ruin, jobs lost, investments failing, relationships crumbling. Coincidence? Perhaps, but for those who believe, the evidence is clear. Robert does not tolerate disrespect. His reach extends beyond the museum walls. It follows you home, into your dreams, a constant reminder of your transgression. So think carefully before you visit Robert the doll. And if you do, remember, you have been warned. The story of Robert the doll serves as a haunting reminder. It reminds us that some mysteries defy explanation, that some forces lie beyond the realm of human understanding. Whether Robert is truly inhabited by a malevolent spirit, or whether he is merely a conduit for our own fears and anxieties, is a matter of debate. The human mind is drawn to the unexplained. We crave answers. We seek to make sense of the chaos. But some questions have no answers. Some mysteries are best left unsolved. Robert, with his enigmatic smile and chilling gaze, embodies this truth. He's a symbol of the unknown, a chilling reminder that some doors are best left unopened. Today, Robert the doll remains a popular attraction at the Fort East Martello Museum. Visitors still flock to his glass case, drawn by a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. They whisper tales of his supposed powers. Robert's legend continues to grow. He has transcended his physical form to become a cultural icon, a symbol of our fascination with the macabre. Robert's story, like all good ghost stories, stays with us long after the lights have come on.